लगाएंगे मुंबई इंडियंस, जान लगाएंगे मुंबई इंडियंस, जलवा दिखा देंगे हम मुंबई इंडियंस, लोहा जला देंगे पानी जला देंगे दुनिया हिला देंगे हम, दुनिया हिला देंगे हम, दुनिया हिला देंगे हम, मुंबई इंडियंस, मुंबई इंडियंस, दुनिया हिला देंगे हम, अब दुनिया हिला दे हम, दुनिया हिला देंगे हम, दुनिया हिला दे हम, मुंबई इंडियंस.
Well, it's game on. 199 is what the Lucknow team could end up making, which I think is a lot. Well-made century by KL Rahul.
Yeah.
Again, man, I think James Pavement is going to be standing like this today.
वैसा whip लेके boundary पे खड़ा है.
आओ बच्चों आओ.
Dude, I think the fielding has been really below par. I think that has been the main root cause of अपने सारे losses, क्योंकि pressure भी build नहीं कर पाते.
Correct.
Usually क्या होता है, singles, easily singles दे रहे हैं. Boundaries are वो तो extra ही, मतलब that's a even worse thing.
5.
Yeah,
five,
Boundaries
exactly.
they showed a package. सिर्फ आज के मैच के कितने overthrows, I mean,
Correct.
misfields थे.
Misfields.
And that, I mean, relieves a lot of pressure as well on the
Correct.
batsmen. फिर वो easily खेल पाते हैं. They can also.
And if you observe now, all 5 of them have been close to the boundary line.
Yeah.
Most of them, all of they've come into the
Yeah.
hand, and then
And they were
suddenly.
pretty straightforward saves. I mean,
Yeah.
I know they were
Pretty
diving,
straight, yeah.
but at that level,
Sky का नहीं था. Sorry, Sky
Sky
का
का-
वो it was
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
bounced.
It just bounced off
Sky
him.
bounced.
Correct.
But again, those are things that you're taught to adjust yourself. At
Yeah.
that level, you
Correct.
need to stop those. You had an interesting point that you told me about why some of these misfields might be happening.
Yes, it could be a factor. I'm not saying 100%,
Right.
that will be, but it could be a factor. I like the way she's giving that look. क्या भी
Yeah,
बता
yeah,
दे.
we were actually talking कि Vinayasha को पता होगा अभी.
Okay, so the reason what I feel could be is they use the super stopper and the chemical which is put onto the ground in the previous match to wipe off the dew factor has a chemical element to it. And the chemical released to it has wax. So if that nutrients is stuck onto the grass, it could be a factor that the cricketers slip while fielding towards the boundary line. So I feel that could be it.
I have wax on my hair right now. Okay, I'm going to rub it. Now come, give me a catch. Let's see if I drop it. Come on, let's see. It's not that difficult.
Put it on your hair and check.
It's not that difficult. You can see, no, might be a small factor.
Could be.
But
I'm not saying it is, but it could be.
नहीं, see, overall पूरे season में we have seen poor fielding by all teams, but ours has been really extremely poor. I think बहुत, मतलब,
Especially
but
this
बहुत
match,
सारे
I
teams
feel.
catches छोड़ रहे हैं. That I agree.
Yeah,
It's not
and
just
this
us.
what I said is no excuse, huh?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
excuse at all.
but could be a factor.
Could be a factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, again, 199.
पहले तो good effort at the end. Let's appreciate that. I think
Jai
last
Dev
over
not
match.
cut.
I don't know.
Jaydev would not cut the saving grace.
Last-
I never thought that in such a star-studded bowling lineup that MI has always had, I would say Jaydev has been the most consistent performer.
Yeah.
Well done to you, man. That's absolutely lovely. Especially the last over could have
6
easily
or 7
gone
runs.
to
Yeah.
and
a
I
wicket.
think could have easily gone to about 220,
We
225
predicted 210 or 220 आराम से.
While they were
But
batting.
then
while they were batting.
the first 3 balls में when it was 1-1-1, I was like, okay, maybe 210 तक जाएगा, but then
Yeah.
200 is fine.
Yeah. And look, let's have a look at bowling card. 199 for 4 is what they have ended up making. But Jaydev will not cut. Star figures. 2 for 32 in his 4 overs. Murugan Ashwin again. Slightly expensive. I won't say too expensive. 1 wicket for 33. Fabian Allen, quite a forgettable debut, I would say. 4 overs, 46. He did get the one crucial wicket. Bumrah going wicketless again. I think they're seeing him off very easily. But at the bottom right of your screen, Timal Mills. I mean, 3 overs for 54 runs is unforgivable in any sort of bowling lineup ever. And again, this is the problem that I'm having is one bowler is always getting destroyed.
Yes.
Whether it was Murugan Ashwin, I think 2 games ago. There's one Thampi.
Sams.
It happened to
Yes,
Thampi.
Sams.
Daniel Sams in the Thampi.
Accent सबका आते जाता है.
Yeah. and
Correct.
that's the problem, right? That one bowler is being targeted. And that's why you see a lot of the batsmen who haven't been performing in the IPL, like Pat Cummins has only performed against
Exactly.
MI. KL Rahul has
Exactly.
had a forgettable season so
Until
far.
today.
Today the man comes and
Mayank.
scores a century at almost 200 ka strike rate.
Mayank as well last match.
Mayank
Mayank
Agarwal as
Correct.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But again, if you notice, till the 14th over, we were 138. And then
Yeah.
again, the leakage of runs started after that.
yeah. But
That's
let's-
where we need to look at.
Let's bring on the fans and have a chat with them. Always good to have them on.
Hello.
All right, Omkar, Himanshu, welcome to the show, guys. I hope your mics are on. This has become a mandate to ask before we start. Omkar, you're smiling, so I'm happy. It gives me thoda sa excitement that you're smiling. Not too concerned about the first innings total?
He's on
Oh,
mute.
he's on mute.
There
Please
you go.
unmute yourself, Omkar. It's okay. Just
It's okay, we used to it.
Okay.
We used to
Now
it.
you know.
Yes.
Go on.
So the last match that was played at Brabon was between Delhi and Kolkata. And Delhi had scored 216 in that game, and Kolkata had a chance to chase that down. So I'm hopeful that MI will also have a chance to chase this down. And in the first match at Brabon which Mumbai played, Ishan had scored 81 and Rohit had scored 40 plus.
Yeah.
So if they get off to a good start, then we also have Surya and Brevis, and hopefully that will be good enough to chase down.
उसके साथ आज तो फेबियन एलन भी है जो बैटिंग कर सकता है, so we do have batting till let's say 7 or 8 तक बोल सकते हैं, not confident batting as such, but then at least there's no pressure on the top order कि तुम लोग को ये सब करना है. हिमांशु, last 2 overs, you're an LSG fan obviously, last 2 overs में was it disappointing to see कि यार runs नहीं मारने मिल रहे उतने?
Yes, it was actually kind of disappointing. I was hoping that these guys would at least pick up 𝑳𝑰𝑽𝑬 that time. And he was the guy who ended up bowling well and taking the wicket of Deepak Hooda and Marcus Stoinis. So that was a bit disappointing. Otherwise, 199 is a decent score. And yeah, this bowling should at least see this off.
Yeah.
Omkar, on that note, you know, it's been excessive of going to 199, and I said this before also, we were 138 at the 14-run mark, and I saw that, you know, badge which says Mumbai Cricket Association scorer, and I'm sure you've done a number of matches over there. So what do you think tactically or strategically Mumbai can do different this time to go past that winning mark?
I think the openers have not been able to really get into the act together. So I hope if Rohit and Kishan, if they fire together, I think that will put Lucknow on the back foot. And I think then we have Surya firing, and there's also Brevis, and Pollard is also waiting. So there's always one game in the season which Pollard can win on his own, and I'm hoping that one can be.
Bro, that is the one against CSK, na? Pollard का पूरा season he won't do well. That he stores it for the CSK game.
And we're playing them twice in the group this time. So yay!
Advantage Mumbai Indians.
ओमकार, what do you think कि यार ये you know जो first innings है, second innings है, उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा score कौन करने वाला है? हर एक को करना चाहिए या एक शख्स है जिसके you know जिससे आप ज़्यादा expectations रख रहे हो?
I think Surya should anchor this year. I think Surya will get this done.
Yeah. Also, Omkar, मुझे actually पूछना था. Sorry, I actually missed you. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the fielding. क्योंकि are we being too critical या आपके हिसाब से भी MI का fielding has really been below par?
It was really interesting that the reason that was given on the show, which I heard earlier, that was the chemical. But also I felt that, I felt that, those were misfilled because they also put in some spectacular effort, because they could reach that far, they could stand that far, that it felt like they could stop that. And in the end, it proved to be a bit too difficult. So I think it was a mixture of both.
Okay, fair enough.
I think for you and me, jumping and stopping that might be a little difficult, but I think when you're training for that literally every day, I think it's unexcusable. When you get to a ball, you're supposed to stop it. And I get what you're saying, that it is a spectacular effort just to get to the ball at that speed. But I would imagine if you get to the ball, then stopping it is the least of your problem. But Himanshu, we've got big, broad shoulders. I'm guessing if you had to be, you'd probably be a fast bowler. Which bowler from? Are you spinner? He instantly said no.
Actually, I'm a batsman. So.
Oh, wow.
Oh, lovely. All right. So what batsman? Since you're a batsman, I'll ask you, what batsman from the MI squad today are you most afraid of? I mean, we've seen Tilak, Surya, and Dewald absolutely annihilating. But again, I think it's individual performances. So who's making you clench your toes a little bit, buddy?
It's been those two youngsters only, Dewald and Tilak. Tilak Verma and Dewald. These guys are actually they are great players and they are also fearless. So that is a bit worrying factor because whatever may be the situation, they will play their game. So we need to tackle them well and tactically as well.
Yeah, I think you made a wonderful point about them being fearless. Omkar, I'm going to ask you something about what Himanshu said. Do you think, and I said this on the last show, that that being fearless has its plus points where you can go and express yourself freely, but then that little lack of experience that we've seen with the silly runouts, or if you hit 3 sixes in an over, you're still going for one more. I think. Do you think that is one of the biggest factors that's been biting Mumbai on the backside, Mumbai Indians on the backside this season?
Yeah, that has been one of the factors. I think that those two runouts proved to be the game-changing moments, and I think those could have been easily avoided. So I think running quick singles and taking risks on singles is something that we have seen throughout this tournament. That other teams are also doing it, and I think if we can keep a key on that, I mean that's a controllable. That's in your hands. So I think that can definitely be avoided.
मैं completely agree करता हूँ because even तिलक की भी बात करें ना, his wickets hasn't been bowled or catch out. It has been run outs, which means it's his own fault for that.
Yeah.
So he's not. The bowlers haven't really found a proper strategy to get him out.
Yeah.
It's just tempt him for a run
learn.
and go for it. So basically, he can improve as
Yeah.
well. You can look at the numbers as well. 5 innings, 157 runs and a strike rate of 160.2, which is really great. और एक काफी promising talent है.
And he's been consistent in the middle overs. If
Yeah,
you see, you know,
true.
he's given us that push which is needed between 7 to 15. That's where we've not found. He's not found an able partner. I think Brevis showed signs of that. So that is something to you know, look out for in this match at least.
Yeah, but tell me, do you think MI is now looking at Sky as the finisher?
Yes.
Because we've got Dewald who can go ballistic in the middle overs, right? Actually, pretty much anytime you give him a bat and say go, and man, that follow through, he's
But
got
you
such
know,
a beautiful follow
correct.
through.
I'll tell you a little secret here. Sky has always been a great finisher, whether he plays club cricket, whether he plays for Mumbai or whether he plays for Mumbai Indians. It's just that, you know, you people are seeing him now. Paltan is seeing him now in that finisher's role.
Yeah.
But he has that ability and he's been doing it a number of times in club cricket, in league games, all the
तो अब ये बात
time.
बताओ मेरे को, what position would you like to see him bat today?
In the Mumbai Indians?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would see him as a finisher's role over here.
Okay.
You know, I would want him to stay back and finish the game and take us over the line from here on. So that's what I want to see.
Basically, Sky, instead of a specific tag of being a finisher, he has to do what Pollard used to do for over the number of years. Like, abhi jo bhi situation hai, it's not just hitting those sixes. It's
Correct.
maybe about playing sensibly and anchoring the game till the end and then going
That
for the
is
sixes.
right, Kunal.
Interesting.
That
If
is
at all
right.
ऐसा नहीं भी हुआ, then we have Fabian उसके आगे. You know?
He's played 4 IPL
Correct.
innings. Yeah.
Still,
So
we
you
do
can't,
have like we. What if?
What if? That's the most season. What
हाँ,
if?
चला
What
गया
if?
मैं. So, you know, we have
But
to trust. What if Surya
correct.
doesn't work आज?
Yeah.
So then we
Right.
will have
No,
to
but
trust
a
other
cricketer's
guys.
role at that point is कि अगर तुम इधर तक आओ, you have to play across the line. That is a good cricketer's role. You have to take your team across the line. There's no point in
That
making
is what
70.
he did in the last match.
Exactly,
You know?
70,
Sorry?
That is
75.
what Surya did in the last
He
match.
should have
like-
crossed the line over there. You know,
Yeah.
70, 75. But a trait of a good cricketer is taking your team across the line.
Across the line,
Right.
yeah. That we've seen Sky doing time and time again.
There's a comment here from Harsh Shukla who says we aren't out of the league yet. Never write us off. Been there before, done it before. Hashtag MI.
Yeah, okay, that's an interesting thought. Let's ask the fans if they think that this definitely shouldn't be the end. Omkar, that smile, man, I see
Love
that
it.
smile, I'm like,
Yeah.
there is hope. Omkar is smiling, there is hope, man. Look, you made your rival right below you smile as well. Himanshu, lovely to see you smile. But Omkar, it's not early days. We're pretty much done with 1/3 of the group stages up. Little more than that, in fact, is over. It's pretty much, it's already got to that position where it's do or die in almost every game. I think we can afford to lose maybe 1 or 2. So, Omkar, quickly tell us, is this the end of MI's campaign, or where do you see us finishing? Give us that. End of the group stages, where do we finish? Quickly.
I think in terms of MS Dhoni's words, definitely not. This is not the end. And I think, yeah, this will probably 4th or 5th, hopefully.
Yeah, 4th or 5th is good, right?
Yeah.
It'll be a great miracle, and I'm completely with you. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the second innings. And guys, I think now we have to say it together. I know Samiksha is begging her hand, so Samiksha, you take it away. You
already
say it.
ready.
You say it. You say it.
We need this. Okay, we
say it.
need this. Ganpati Bappa.
Warrior!